How's it going, everybody? It's the Cutest Fox. Today is my channel where I talk about anime, video games, cartoons, and today, if you read the title of the video, you know what time it is. Now, I know it's been a while since I've actually done a response to like any of Harriyanna's videos or whatever. I know some of you guys kind of missed it and kind of definitely wanted me to make some more videos about it. I've already explained before how I don't really want to always keep ragging on Harriyanna. Don't get me wrong, I don't like her at all as a person. Or her ideologies and all that stuff or whatever. I think it's mean-spirited and toxic in my opinion, but that's just me. Regardless, there are things that Harriyanna says about stuff that I'm probably into that I just like, yeah, that's not even close. But anyways, I didn't want to always keep making videos either to keep ragging on her or to keep, repeating myself because, I mean, yeah. Like, because again, I mean, she's going to say something that's misogynistic, something's against black women, this is sexist, whatever. She'll say all that stuff, and I'm like, no, no, no. Or I'll have to, like, break it down. So, anyways, this is her video about Terra and stuff that I'm going to be talking about today. And I'm going to actually, like, this is pretty much, how do I put this? I'm going to be explaining Terra's, like, her whole betrayal and stuff. Since I've rewatched Teen Titans not too long ago, the old cartoon and stuff. So I'll give you my take on Terra and stuff and what like my thoughts are. But of course, I'm going to play some of Harriyanna's video and stuff. Of course, I won't take her out of context or anything like that. I'll get her point across, and then I'm going to give my point as to how Terra doesn't work and all that stuff, or not how she doesn't work, but just my opinions about Terra, and I'll leave it at that.
As somebody who grew up to be very much misunderstood, that is how I felt about Terra's character. And what do you know, I found a really good article about how Terra is really misunderstood. And they make an amazing point in here talking about how y'all didn't act the same way when Robin went to go work for Slade. Like, y'all most definitely didn't work the same way, because there was a lot of manipulation that went on with Robin going to work with Slade like it was Terra. But there is a point that I make later on into this video talking about how so much of the hate for Terra's character just low-key came down to misogyny, because I noticed that people were getting angry with her for certain shit that like other male characters did within this series. But I do understand the betrayal, but Terra was really misunderstood, and yeah, it's just kind of hate. I kind of hate how it took so long for me to understand this, especially me, someone that grew up very much misunderstood, which led to a lot of me being overly sensitive and sympathetic of others. It's a whole can of worms, but I do recommend reading this article. I'll have it linked down below.
And there Harriyanna goes again with the whole misogyny card and all that stuff and the sexism. So, anyways, and again, she can have her opinion about Terra and stuff. I'm not telling her otherwise, or whatever. But you can't compare Terra's situation to Robin's situation, though, at all. Like, okay, look. Now, Robin, I'll say this. One of Robin's wrongs was that he kind of lied to his friends about the whole Red X thing and stuff. Like, he pretty much wanted to do a whole sting operation on Slade, and he didn't want his friends going easy on him, so that was like, like he pretty much, yeah, and they chewed him out for that, and that's fair, okay? But when he actually did join up with Slade, because he had no other choice, because Slade had taken his friends pretty much as hostages, and pretty much, if you remember from the episode, Slade had shot his friends with these nanobots and stuff, where pretty much Slade can destroy them from the inside out if he wanted to, but he basically wanted Robin to, submit to him and all that stuff, and he was using that as leverage. So you can't use that as an argument. Like, even Laurie Hughes, actually, I remember when we were going back and forth earlier this year, he pulled that up as a defense as well, and was like, oh, you're just sexist because you forgive Robin and Zuko. I'm like, you can't compare Zuko either, but Robin, yeah, no, that's because his friends were being, like, used as leverage against him and stuff. They were hostages, so he had no choice. Terra, she had a choice, and basically she chose to join Slade. And the thing is, I think she's kind of misremembering stuff, because she's probably thinking about the episode where Terra had reappeared before the episode where she actually did appear, because she's referencing the episode where Terra had met the Titans again and stuff, and that was when Raven had distrusted her and all that stuff from keeping secrets from the last episode about not being able to control her powers and stuff, and that was kind of a little projection on Raven, because she has to struggle to to like learn how to control her powers and stuff for the most part. So it's kind of like that. But anyways, but I think she's misremembering things, as you will see throughout this video, because she thinks that basically she met Slade first, and that Slade told her that the Teen Titans are bad guys, which that was not the case. She met the Titans first, knew Slade was a bad guy, knew that Slade tried to destroy their home the first time that they met, and that Slade's been tracking her movements ever since, like for a while, and then she still joined up with Slade. That's the problem with Terra. Okay.
Why so many people hated her so much. Terra is a character that when we are introduced to her, we're just like, oh, she's so cool, she's so fly. Like, we are just introduced to her as just like, oh, she's a new fun hero within the show. She has really cool powers. She has a few issues with her temper or whatever the fuck. She don't really get well with Raven well, but the rest of the group seems to like her. They tend to think that she's pretty cool. So we have that factor there right here. And we actually do get to know Terra. We get to know her a little bit more as a person. We see that she's fun, she's very funky, she's loud, she likes video games, she likes to eat. She's basically like, one of the guys, the not like other girl type. But Terra was a very much fun character, and we actually did get to spend time with her as a viewer. So that shit right there is why the betrayal felt so much worse when it was revealed that she was getting close to being friends with the Teen Titans because she was working with Slade. I think with this factor right here, this is why it kind of gets a little murky, I'd say, when I can see a lot of Terra's takes, because one, a lot of people don't really take into consideration Terra's situation, because why was that 16-year-old by herself? Like, where is her family? Where the fuck was her family? For what reason is she over here with Slade? And we all know Slade is fucking terrible. Like, we don't like him. We fucking hate him. That Teen Titans book series that's so fucking terrible that I reviewed on my channel, which you guys showed why, the link will be down below. Slade literally is bad guy Chun-Li. So that's just kind of like an indication that, okay, this girl most definitely needs help. And we saw that when she was with the Titans, that she genuinely did enjoy them. She genuinely did like them as people, as she was there to go and get the dirt on them, get the tea on them, find out where they live, basically being a bad undercover spy. There's a lot of male villains within this series that have done just the same bad stuff as Terra, if not worse. Where is this hate for Fang? Where was this hate for Gizmo, especially when he stole Cyborg's car? Where is this hate for all the other male villain characters that we saw more of, by the way? Where was all this hate for them? Where is all this hate for Slade, especially? So, mind you, like, that's another reason why I started to reconcile my feelings towards Terra's character, but I also have to understand why so many people's dislike for her had to do with that big betrayal at the end of the season. And then that big blow up, and then she ended up dying. It's sad. It's actually really sad. But Terra is a character that we do get to know, and she is a character that we do get to understand a little bit. We realize the girl got issues. She's lonely. She needs friends. She needs community. And I think that if Terra actually had community in her life, things would have turned out better, because the Teen Titans were able to give her that sense of community. Mind you, that the Teen Titans are really just kind of like a group of outcasts that all just kind of came together and became friends and family. Mind you, that Teen Titans is a found family series, in my opinion. She was happy that she was able to find that community, and she found a group of people that actually liked her and accepted her, but she was still involved with this really bad person. Slade is, I can't stand Slade. He's fucking gross. I don't like him. I absolutely do not like him. I don't like that man.
I don't know who she's talking about with Fang, but Gizmo and, Slade. I mean, well, yeah, the reason why fans don't hate those characters too much is because, yeah, they are villains, okay? Like, Gizmo, like, what he's mostly done is, like, either work with the Brotherhood of, or not the Brotherhood of Evil, my bad, with Brother Blood and the High Five and all that stuff, and work with Mammoth and Jinx, and all they did was just, like, steal, rob, fight the Titans and stuff, beef with them, that kind of thing, or whatever, basically. That's pretty much Gizmo and stuff, and the extent of his crimes, or hacking or whatever. I mean, it's not anything too egregious, because again, this is a kid's cartoon, but still, No, I mean, I don't have too much hate towards Gizmo because unlike Terra, Gizmo isn't betrayed to be like he's not betrayed to be a good guy at all. Like obviously Gizmo is like he's a bad guy, and the writing doesn't treat him otherwise, you know. And that's another reason why people don't like Terra is because she did some bad things. She is, and then by the end, like she's treated like a complete hero and stuff for saving the city. And yeah, I mean, Terra is a bit of a hero for saving the city and all that, even though she's the one that put the world in danger to begin with, or not the world, but the city in danger to begin with by helping Slade take over it. Um, so at best, I mean, I would consider Terra to be more so like an anti-hero for the most part, but yeah, but the writing kind of like glorifies her a little bit. But anyways, but that's the main reason why a lot of people don't like Terra is because they go easy on her. But Slade and Gizmo and stuff and all the others like Mammoth and all of them, Doctor Light, yeah, they're not treated as like or Mumbo. Yeah, they're not treated like good guys at all. They're completely bad guys. Even Jinx, like a lot of people were kind of cool with Jinx, which I know Harriyanna has an affinity. Like she'd be hating on Jinx because she's like, oh, Jinx is whitewash. I don't care. I don't want to get into it right now. But anyways, but Jinx though, I mean, Jinx had a complete redemption arc inside the last season of Teen Titans and stuff, where she well, let's say in season 2, she kind of caught feelings for Cyborg a little bit, but that kind of went down the drain, and then by like the last season, like she caught feelings for Kid Flash, Wally West, but not just that, but also like she realized that she wanted to be like Madame Rouge and stuff. She didn't want to she wanted to be stronger, somebody that was like empowering, because she looked up to Madame Rouge, and then when she met her, like Madame Rouge pretty much just didn't care about her and was like a complete jerk. So I mean, and obviously so, but I'm just saying like yeah. That's how Jinx felt about her. So of course, Jinx ended up trading up and she ended up becoming a hero and helped the Titans and stuff. And she helped rescue the other Titans and stuff when they were captured by the Brotherhood of Evil. So you want to talk all this mess about misogyny or with Terra's redemption and all that stuff, but yet nobody complains about Jinx, except for you when you complain about Jinx being whitewashed. But okay.
Terra, in my opinion, is just kind of like, I feel like so many of us just kind of remember the bad that happened to her, and we don't necessarily want to bring up the good, but then, at the end of the season, I hate the way the show ended. I hate the entire season 5 in its entirety. Let's just go ahead and go there. At the end of season 5, it's just kind of sad because we do see that I think that was her. A lot of people try to figure out if that was Terra or if it wasn't. I'm pretty sure it was her, but I don't like how ambiguous this series ended. It was ass. I don't like the fact that we had this shit going on with Beast Boy. I don't like the fact that everyone was in distress with the way it ended. It felt very choppy. It felt very messy, but also very slow at the same time because everything just really, really picked up quickly at the end. I can't stand the way this show ended. And what they did with Terra's character, it just made me open up a door for more questions that I've had about her. But when I actually sat down and understood her a little bit more and her really horrible, stupid decisions that she was making and realizing that she literally was being manipulated by this nasty ass man, Terra just needs help. She really needed help, and I just found it sad that she couldn't necessarily get that. But also a part of me feels like at the end of the series, it most likely is a good thing that we see that she's in school. We see that she most likely has found the family. Someone has took her in. Someone actually is there caring for her. Terra was able to find that family. Terra was able to find that community. So I think the end of the show is a good ending for her, I'd say, because she got the thing that she really needed. And like I said, the thing that she needed was community. Family, friends, all that shit practices community. We see that she had friends at the school too. That was actually great. I do like the fact that factor was in there. I don't know. I just, like I said, I'm somebody that I look back on a lot of the characters that I hated growing up, and I try to see if my opinions have shifted and changed on them a bit, because another character my opinions have changed on a bit have to be Angelica, and that's because I rewatched All Grown Up, and like I said with Terra, it's obvious that the girl needed help. Angelica Pickles needed help just as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. Didn't want to make this video long because like I said, we got stuff to do. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Man, I swear she'd just be hating on Slade. Slade. Now I know Slade isn't exactly as accurate as he is in the comics compared to the cartoon, because in the cartoon Slade is more so like a villain, whereas in the comics Slade is more so like kind of an anti-hero or a neutral type of character. I mean, he's just a hero, like not a hero fire, but he's more so like obviously a mercenary or assassin. So he's just for like the right price, whoever the highest bidder is or whatever, that kind of thing. So it's just like that's his job. But anyways, but I know in the but in the cartoon though, yeah, obviously he's a villain and stuff. I think his voice actor did a good job. I know he's the same dude that plays Hellboy inside the movies and voices Hellboy back in like the 2000s and stuff, and he did a damn good job as Hellboy, and he does definitely, in my opinion, is definitely cool as he's cool as shit as Slade as Deathstroke and whatnot. He really does give off that whole I'm antagonizing and imposing kind of feel, especially compared to the current Deathstroke and My Adventures of Superman. But that's a topic for another day. But anyways, so like but she just be hating on Slade. And the thing is, like, yeah, Slade is a villain. I mean, the writing doesn't pretend like it otherwise, But Slade's whole thing is that, from like season one, Slade, what he cared about was taking over the city, and he wanted like a protege, a successor and stuff. Originally, that was Robin in the first season and stuff. And of course, Robin objected to the idea to the point where Slade had to, like, pull a lot of mental gymnastics and stuff, like taking his friends hostage and so on and so forth. And then, right. And then eventually he lost interest in Robin and settled for Terra. And then Terra betrayed him. And then after that, Slade died in season 2 by the end. And then Trigon had brought him back to life. So pretty much that was pretty much like Slade trying to fulfill his agreement with Trigon to come back to life to get resurrected. So yeah, that's pretty much Slade's entire role in the series. But yeah, no, he wasn't a bad character though. I thought he was a badass villain and stuff. And then definitely, he was the main villain for like season 1 and 2 and stuff, and definitely a good antagonist for the Titans, and especially Robin and stuff. He was like an arch rival. But anyways, Terra though. So, and things change. Now, I know a lot of people don't like the episode Things Change, so it's not just Harriyanna. Me personally, I think I've said this before, but I actually like Things Change. I thought it was a pretty good episode. Honestly, I think Teen Titans, along with a lot of other shows around that era, never had a single bad episode. Like, and I stand by that. Like, I don't think they had not one, even the goofy ones and stuff. They never had a single bad episode in the entire series, and I stand on that. But like Things Change though. Yeah, the reason why a lot of people don't like it, and it's not because the writing was bad or anything, it's just the placement of it and stuff. Like, that was the series finale and stuff, and a lot of people just didn't like the idea of that being the series finale for Teen Titans and stuff. And yeah, I can't blame them. I mean, that is kind of a weird way to end things off, but again, that's just the series finale. Well, not the series finale, but that's just like, that's not the last time we ever see that version of Titans. And I'm not talking about Teen Titans versus Teen Titans Go. I'm talking about, like, we got something like, Teen Titans Trouble in Tokyo. For me, that was actually the last time we ever really officially saw those Titans and stuff, where they deal with a big bad and they have a full, like, a full featured movie and stuff to do so and stuff. Robin and Starfire finally get together. So I thought, that was definitely an epic conclusion to the series, in my opinion. And then, of course, there's the comics, was a continuation after all that stuff and whatnot. So yeah, which I definitely should read. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole idea and stuff with Teen Titans and stuff. But the series finale though, Things Change. I don't think it's bad, but the placement of it is just weird. Okay, so I understand the whole point of the episode was like, okay, well, things change. Sometimes like they were trying to prepare for the cancellation and so on and so forth. So that was the whole narrative and the theme, and I thought that was a pretty nice narrative and theme. And I think if you go back and rewatch it, maybe you might like it. But yeah, it was definitely a weird way to end things off. But anyways, yeah, and I think they actually did do Terra some justice there, where she kind of like she was finally free from her stone prison and stuff, and she kind of started to like rebuild her life and stuff by going to high school. She probably did find a family and stuff. I know she is in the comics, and I think her brother Geoforce is in there as well and stuff. And Terra is seen, I heard on the side, she was like cheering. But other than that, yeah, like I think they definitely did give Terra at least a proper like kind of conclusion, to her character arc right there. But in terms of being likable after that fact, like after the fact that she betrayed her friends and stuff over a petty reason like that, it's just like, yeah, no. But anyways, after this video, I probably will actually do a video talking about my boy Sasuke, and stuff, because Sasuke kind of has a similar thing going on, and I actually like Sasuke as a character, so I would at least want to talk about that, and the Sasuke slander and stuff that he gets. So that's probably what I might title it. But anyways, but that should be up shortly after this video, or not too long after I make this video. But anyways, yeah, so that's the end of this. I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This is Keenan Fox. I'm out. Peace, and until we meet again.